makes a lot more sense. But they immediately grab a Sand King and Skywrath Mage. All right, there's a lot of damage here and a lot of jump.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, right now, I mean, outside of IO, you have 3 extremely high damage heroes. Skywrath Mage, very little control, but offers a ton of follow-up damage with the Sand King. The silence is really strong in this game. I mean, just looking at Void Spirit and Pango, neither of these heroes want to build a defensive item pretty early. Void Spirit, you can opt for the Yules, but a lot of times, like, you want to get to that Ag Scepter as soon as possible. So you might have to go Yules here on the Void Spirit. Pango, I don't know what his option is. Like, you don't want to have to build a Yules on Pangolier, but he may not have much of a choice here.
Yeah, Yule Scepter feels completely necessary. Yule Scepter is an Aeon disc, I think, for both these teams, actually. When you're dealing with the Pango Earthshaker Void Spirit, Earthshaker is very scary at the moment. I know one of my friends, Luke, Gamer of the Heart, he's going to be upset with me for talking about this one, but there's actually an exploit for Earthshaker right now.
All right, spill the beans, Neph. I know you're a big fan of this whole
Wait.
beaning. What is it? I have no idea. What is this thing about beans that's happening? Is this the beans you're about to spill?
No, we can get to that one later. Anti-Mage is a good pick here. Being able to counterspell off the Storm Hammer and the Burrow Strike. You get on top of Skywrath Mage, just blow him up.
Natural
you have a little
Manta
bit of
builder too.
Yeah, you have trouble up until you get a Mantis die off the first little bit, but after that's done, I feel like it's like free pickings on a lot of these heroes.
Oh yeah,
he does decent against the Sand King in the lane as well. He just burned down all of his mana.
Actually banned the Storm Spirit. Even though it's like one of the best like heroes for Anti-Mage to fight into, they're still worried about the Storm being able to jump. I guess these heroes. So interesting. It's also a Kit's classic. Maybe they just don't feel comfortable giving Kit's one of his best heroes.
Yeah, that's probably it. They feel like already too much jump is something we're a little bit worried about. And this had to ban out Venomancer. I guess you don't want to be slowed up and kited around when you're playing Sven. That movement speed slow on you constantly is goddamn miserable, let me tell you.
I'd have to imagine we're going to see a Kunkka ban here from FG, right? That would make the most sense. So get rid of Puck. Okay, that one's good. Coil is quite strong against Anti-Mage. I feel like Kunkka is something that Anti-Mage doesn't do extremely well against. You can build Halberd. Torrent Storm is super annoying for him to deal with, and then always like the X harassment. You can't really get out of that.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to counterspell it off, but once you've got a BKB, you're shit out of luck. We'll see if he ends up grabbing, or see if they ban out the Kunkka here. That one would make sense to me. It's also possible they just go for something like, well, on either side. It's not necessarily an Earth Void Spirit in the mid lane. Once in a while, people run Void Spirit off lane. I know Monster has done that.
They've also ran it in 4.
5-man Midas.
It's getting a little bit more common in the 4, but I think with Earthshaker, you don't really want to run an ES5, right? Because he needs to get to the Blink Dagger.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Earthshaker, I got distracted when I was talking about that exploit.
Oh yeah. Well, what is the exploit?
The exploit, courtesy of Gamer of the Heart, is you just press Enchant Totem, and you get the bonus damage, right?
Yeah.
If you use the
grenade, the grenade, yeah, it applies the Enchant Totem attack.
Yeah, and you don't lose the damage.
Wait, you don't lose the actual Enchant Totem buff?
No, so you can auto attack them for the Enchant Totem damage afterwards. So it's like you hit them with 2 Enchant Totems.
Okay. I mean, that might be intended because the way, I don't, it might have just been like an oversight, but the way Fey Grenade works is like, it does technically just do your current damage as an auto attack.
Yeah.
So
it's intended, but it's kind of an exploit.
It's pretty funny.
Same thing works for Bounty Hunter with Janata.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine it works with other similar situations. Yeah. Okay, so Slardar, a very strong hero in the lane against the Anti-Mage here, which means we're going to be seeing the mid lane Sand King. So
not necessarily.
I think you have to dodge that lane, right?
I mean, potentially a mid lane. Well, it's definitely going to be Slardar on the off lane, but we could even see a mid Skywrath Mage and Sand King on the 4.
Potentially. I don't think you want to run.
Insane, but...
Yeah, I don't think you want to run Sand King in 4. This hero is just too good with a Blink Dagger and farm. And like Anti-Mage into the Sand King lane is one of the worst lanes for the Sand King. So it makes a lot of sense that they dodge this out. Okay, and they're going to respond with a potentially mid lane Timber here.
Timbersaw got rebuffed in
No,
the most recent
Sexy
patch.
Fats grabbed it. Okay. Interesting lineups here. This is fun. We are going to be seeing Kits on the Sand King, Giant playing the Skywrath on the 4, Valkyrie on the Slardar, DNM and Pingu taking their classic Io Sven combo. I mean, here's the deal. 4Gringos have played exceptionally well on the Io Sven. It is without a doubt their favorite opener. They have a very good win rate on it. So it's a lot of pressure onto FG here to see if they can slow this down. And there's going to have to be a lot of space made from the side of FG here to get this anti-mage online before they get ran over, I think. Because they play really fast. They play a very fast game.
They do. I don't know who I favorite here. FG do have a stand-in today. They have JH, who is the mid laner from SG Energy, which is the academy / secondary team for SG or attending TI. He's a decent player, but I'm just not sure the roster is going to function the same as it would otherwise. I'm not crazy about the Sand King mid either. I think having a Sven on your team who's able to do tons of damage kind of makes up for it. But I think they'll play a little bit too fast on the FG lineup. I think once they get a little bit of farm on AT Mage, as long as they get the Manta style, they'll be able to just control the majority of your team. You're always going to be forced to take 4v5 fights. I don't know. I'm going to go with Furia this game, man.
All right.
Oh, sorry, not Furia. They're just FG now.
They're just FG. I mean, you can call them, I believe, just Furia. I think they're like FG stands for Furia Gaming, maybe. I'm not sure. But, man, I have a hard time going against 4G here when they've got this Io Sven. It has been so successful for them, and I honestly don't think this anti-mage is gonna have the game that he's hoping for. So I'm going with Gringos here. Ooh, Valkyrie actually misses the crush in the top lane, and he's getting wrapped on by 4, and Leo is gonna be here as well. Pingu goes for the tether, gets stuck on the high ground though. Just came too close to the ledge on Giant, and that's gonna be first blood going the way of Sexy Fat.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't give it up to JH, but I guess they're a little bit. I don't know, never mind. Sexy Fat's probably just greedy.
Yeah, he just using the good old whirling death there to find the kill.
Yeah, they just used the tether. It didn't bring him all the way down the cliff. They had time to give it up to JH. They just chose not to. All right, they lost Giant.
He at least gets a D ward, Copium.
Yeah, but he gives up a kill to the mid laner now.
So Neph, I know like a few moments ago I was talking about how I really liked 4G's draft here, but
you have done a great
I'm gonna like kind of swing back the other way. I definitely said FG, not 4G. It's a common misunderstanding. Since they just start with the same letters and it's just basically the same abbreviation, etc., etc. So just want to make sure we're on the same page here.
I thought you said no takesies backsies.
I mean, I have nothing to take back. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was just a slip of the tongue, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
4 bounty runes and 2 kills to start the game here for FG. That is quite a good start.
Yeah, over 1k gold advantage already. I mean, at the very least, they're zoning Sexy Fat back at the lane right now. He ended up going Whirling Death level 1. So Io's going to be able to do a lot of right-click damage. Sven's going to do a lot in...
They got Stormhammer in 1. They might go for this. And I think he's dead here on Sexy Fat. He's got 1 more Whirling Death available. Could potentially use this to get space, but no, DNM just runs him down. All right, I definitely said 4Gringos earlier, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Never before have we seen a Sven
how did you let me
start.
take Baxi's my original prediction? What is this?
Right. The analyst is asleep at the wheel here. Ooh, boy. All right, we'll see if Anti-Mage can have a good of a start as Sven. He's struggling right now, though. The wave is underneath his tower, so...
Oh, he will always struggle in this lane. I'm really curious, if they get to pull on the hard camp here, Leo's lane is unplayable. So all you really have to do is get this Slardar close to his tier 1 tower, which it actually is going to push in right now. And suddenly your lane is really bad for the anti-mage. So if they can hold this lane here, Leo is not going to get any farm.
And that's exactly what they're doing to him. He's only got 7 last hits, and that's before he had Bash of the Deep. now that he's got this online, doesn't matter if you drain out all of his mana, he's still going to zone you out of the lane.
Exactly. I'm curious what Kits decides to do. I imagine on mid lane Sand King, there's no reason to go for the bottle, and that looks to be the case. He's got the double gauntlet, so probably just Soul Ring.
He's got the bottle.
Okay, he does have a bottle. Interesting. I feel like that's
Jace.
a lot of investment into regen that I feel like you don't actually need on the Sand King.
I think you do. Like you use a couple of spells, you're just completely out of mana, just because they're so high cost. They don't end up scaling upward very much. But if you want to spam out your Sandstorm and your Burrow Strike, which I think you're going to be putting multiple levels into in this mid lane, then you're going to need the bottle. Like the fact that 2 water runes are there just makes it so value, man. Like
Yeah,
you get
but
a Soul
Sand
Ring
King
and
is so slow is the problem.
yeah, that is true. Having quicker boots would also be a pretty big deal, but I feel like this is the correct decision.
All right.
With how bounties and water runes are right now, unless you're playing like Dragonite, most of the time you're building a bottle.
Or Invoker.
Yeah.
Couple exceptions to the rule, right?
Yeah. Usually, if you have so much regen, that it doesn't even matter at that point. Huskar would be another one, right?
Yeah, I played against the Huskar yesterday, actually.
Did he go bottle?
Nope. He lost, though. So, hero is still bad. Thank God.
That wasn't the game I was in, was it?
I don't know. It was the one I went sniper and rushed Satanic. Because I was tired of playing against Huskar.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't there for that one. Thank God. You won it. It looks like.
Oh yeah, I crushed that game. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Sand King nearly going down in the mid lane, actually.
Yeah. He shouldn't be forced to walk up onto the hill, grab this bounty rune, and Jay thinks the smart play of contesting the water rune that's close to the bounty rune. So
Kid's
enough,
just now
control.
realizing his camp is blocked, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's really rough. Not having that easy camp here as the Sand King is actually going to end up costing him a lot of gold in the long run because he clears these camps super fast.
You got 2 points in the Sandstorm. Like you'd want to just Caustic Finale, then Burrow Strike the lane, then go and Sandstorm the creep camp beside the lane, and that's how you're going to beat the Void Spirit, is having way more farm than him. But you're not going to feel nearly as useful as this hero when you're both level 6. Jade's going to have all these options of rotating into a lane and finding kills, and Sand King's going to struggle to do the same thing. Top lane, there's a little bit of action going on here.
There he can get on top of this. I mean, he's going to have a bash on his next attack. They just, anytime he has bash available, you have to back off the lane, and Duster might actually regret that one. Ooh, nice swashbuckling, gets the kill, trades 1 for 1, but losing the Slardar is huge. Leo gonna chase Giants under the tower. What a fairy fire.
Yeah, he's going to try to run him down. He doesn't have any mana to drop another Arcane Bolt on him, though. Even if he did, it's pretty easy to counter spell that one off. Bottom lane, diving into the tower.
They are indeed. DNM fairly strong, but my God, that is a lot of damage from Timbersaw. They did buff the tree bonus damage recently, so running into the trees is a lot more dangerous. Sven did heal up quite a bit, though, thanks to the 2 sticks there. So he should be okay. Pingu might not be as lucky as he's still waiting on that tether cooldown. Sexy Fat underneath the tower, just taking this up 3 points in the reactive armor.
Yeah, but he ran out of charges when he started taking those.
Perfect
hits there.
cancel on the tether from King RD.
Beautiful.
That was
Man
very
did that on
nice.
ping as well. That was a prediction. With a huge cast point on that. Cast point plus ping, and he ends up interrupting that tether. When
They're
you're good,
rotating
you're good.
down here. Duster's here as well. They really want to get DNM on this Sven and slow him down. That is the name of the game here for the side of... oh my goodness. What a tree cut. Someone's got to come help this man, right? He can't just keep doing this. This dude's running a marathon in the bottom lane.
Again, marathon. This man's breakdancing down here.
Dude,
This kid's got some moves.
finally trapped out. Nice fissure. Stormhammer comes through, but does wear off Duster. Trying to tank the tower here to keep this catapult alive, but ends up losing just a ton of HP, and he's just going to walk out to the jungle here on this Sven instead. He is so fed up with this lane.
In the industry, we call that advanced schmovement.
Advanced movement, huh? All right.
And now he's putting the schmoves on King RD here, and he's forced to walk away.
All right, they did bring Kits down to the bottom lane here to de-push a little bit, and I like this decision a lot. He is really the only hero that can stand like firmly in this lane without being threatened, but rotation in from the Void Spirit in the mid lane, and that is Gonna be a kill here onto DNM as the second Astral Step finds, and he even had a regen rune.
This is where you start pinging your teammate and saying, "Team, 4 heroes in my lane. Hello? I was getting chased on the tower for 45 seconds."
Look at Valkyrie though, dude. Look at Valkyrie. That is the ace in the hole here for 4Gringos.
Yeah, this guy's got the grind set. The real carry isn't really the Sven here. It's Valkyrie on the Slardar. Right?
It will be eventually.
Yeah. He's just gonna rush the Echo Saber. Makes sense to me.
Nice jump there by the Void. Oh! Who's gonna win? A Master of the Void or one Spooky Boy?
That Ghost can clear ancient stacks, man. There's no business being a small creep. We are getting close to the Halloween months. Ghost gets a little buff around that time of the year. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Yeah, it does. It becomes a real threat. Mr. King RD comes in. God Strength already popped though, and he's gonna be able to walk away, but instead it's gonna be JH here, I think, who wants to try and clean up this stack, and he's gonna try and snipe Ping on the backside as well. He's just trapped. He can't get out. Giant wants to chase after JH here. Valkyrie coming in as well. He's got no Astral Steps left, but the silence comes through. They got him, I believe. Yeah. All right. A little bit too far in here from the Void Spirit.
Yeah. That was a sick play to initiate that one, though. He jumped just far enough towards the Skywrath Mage that the concussive shot ended up hitting him on the Void Spirit instead of the Earthshaker. If it hit the Earthshaker, then it slows him down enough for the Sven to catch up to him, and I think that they both die there.
Yeah.
So his initial jump was pretty important to the ES, who needs to get his Blink Dagger online as quickly as possible. We'll see if he ends up getting the grenade this game, but a very quick blink is pretty important.
Duster
Giant
getting aggressive on Giant, but they are here on other heroes, and he's gonna lead them right to him. A nice fissure comes through. DNM trying to clean it up, but gets caught by the Remnant Giant. Able to walk away, or rather fly away, I suppose.
Yep. It's a quick chicken.
There's a quick chicken top lane. Valkyrie not gonna find Leo there.
This is actually what the chicken run is based on.
Great movie.
I'm not sure if you caught that movie. You did? All right, nice. I'm glad the reference was caught.
Great movie, yeah.
Duster gets found here, but DNM, there's nothing you can do to get on top of Duster, even if he throws it the Storm Bolt. So you realize it's just not worth the mana.
Though.
Yeah, you're in the river.
Oh, nice fissure there.
Yeah, he gets back now. Ended up going back for Hooded Defiance instead of, like, he saved up a decent chunk of gold and went for the Hooded Defiance instead of the Echo Saber that he had queued up. I like the Echo Saber more, but this lets him run in without a care in the world. You're not playing against a good chunk of magic damage. Earthshaker, Void Spirit, Pango. I'll do a lot.
There's a whole lot of nothing happening in the bottom lane, but they are going to TP in Giant. All right. Well, never mind. That is a dead Timbersaw. And now mid lane, Slardar. Caught by 3. TP in from a 4th. Can he get out of here? It's going to be incredibly impossible. It's going to go the way of Leo. Nicely done there from the side of FG.
Yeah, 2 nice finds. So the Slardar definitely went too far forward there. He chased Duster inside the river and then got disarmed by the time Duster got caught up to, or sorry, the Slardar caught up to him. And he just like kept going, went underneath the tower, then got picked off by 2. I'm not sure if you saw the start of that team fight in the mid lane as you were looking bottom.
Yeah, I was watching Timbersaw actually go down, which was surprising. Giant level 7 here on this Skywrath Mage as Valkyrie is just going to set up an easy kill here. He did get the D ward for that death, but
yeah, I mean, Duster's more than happy to create space for his team. Oh god, Kits isn't though.
No, that is a really big kill. Yeah, because he's been protecting this bottom tower the whole time. Fortification is going to come through as well. I mean, they've slowed down Sexy Fat as far as like taking away the map goes, but he is still super farmed on this Timbersaw.
I mean, you did finish your Blink Dagger there on the Sand King, so at the very least, I think he's going to be looking to find some pickoffs as he comes out. Timbersaw still isn't as strong as he was before in the early game. They did buff up Whirling Death again to be a little bit better with trees, but he's still weaker than he was in 7.29. both teams are going to take a little bit of time to farm. Anti-Mage got his Battle Fury at reasonable time, being displayed a pretty awful start to the game.
Yeah, 12 minutes, no boots or anything, but has the Battle Fury completed, and he's just going to rely on this to try and get himself back into this game and eventually eclipse the Sven, but oh boy, is DNM farming.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Anti-Mage, ooh.
They do the same thing again? Yeah, Epicenter as well as the Mystic Flare finds the kill onto the Timbersaw in the mid. Second death now for him on, or I guess his third total, but second death to that exact same pattern. And that's going to open up this mid tower as the Timbersaw is your main hero for defending. The backside of the fight, they do find Leo the Burrows. Oh, it's Duster actually, sorry. A little bit of fake hype there. But they get the kill nonetheless, and the God Strength should help clean up the tower.
Yep.
JH?
Oh my.
Oh, an Echo comes out from King RD, the blink reveal, but he can't finish off these heroes, and they end up just losing too in the process. Leo did not feel comfortable going in on this, and Sexy Fat had just respawned.
Yeah, I mean, they got the silence off onto the Void Spirit there. That's really all they needed to finish him off. He got stunned up in silence. You can't wait for that to come out, and I think it's super important that he ends up finishing up his Yules before going for anything else this game. In fact, he's got to keyed up right now. He'd almost had it done, but to go for a play like that after losing your mid-1 tower, that felt a little bit greedy and a little bit pointless as well.
Yeah, that combined with the fact that your Timbersaw was like 2 seconds away, right? 2 seconds away. It was potentially a bait, you know. You might have just been trying to like bait that out and get the team to take a bad fight, but just slightly too tanky. Mid lane, they're looking for Kit. Sentry does come down, and he's been found. Burrow Strike to the low ground. Rolling Thunder from Duster might be able to catch him, but he blinks to safety, and now Valkyrie just showing up. He gets the bash. Oh my god, Duster, he's got to run. Giant might be able to finish him off here with a concussive blast if he gets in range, but in comes JH. He gets silenced though. He's got to back off. Kids here, Burrow Strike up and available. They're looking for him. He able to dodge out with a Dissimulate, and Astral steps up onto the high ground.
Yeah, that's the nerf to Burrow Strike there doing work 1 second faster, and I think that Void Spirit would have been dead.
He did have it. I think he was just waiting for DNM or something. It was kind of weird. He is going to go for the Yules, though. What's the idea behind the Yules this game with the Sand King? Is it just like your one defensive item to get rid of dust and stuff?
Sorry, Sand King? I mean, it stalls out for a little bit.
Engagement here on the triangle. Kids comes in with the Epicenter, eats a fissure, losing so much health underneath the sentry. They will find it. Get back is called as they didn't have reload available for this, and Giant just gonna be the second casualty here of this fight, I think.
Maybe. Depends how long they can stall this one out. 7
Oh,
seconds
he
to
misses the
relocate
timber
is up.
chain.
We're gonna go back in on this one. They're inside the river.
Absolutely.
Relocate is up in 1 second. There it is.
Jump forward from Mr. King RD. Reload right into the bottom side here, and Fissure off the mark. It's not going to connect in time. DNM, though, he's ready to go. JH rotates in as well. Pango gets chopped down. Giant still managing to survive through all of this. Oh, what an echo from King RD once again, as it actually ends up sending that IO and Sven down to the bottom lane, as gave him just enough time. And Kits, he's got to try and save his Slardar, but it's not going to be enough. Dude, King RD is just styling on these guys. What a play.
Oh
Triple kill for the Earthshaker.
That was absolutely insane. He couldn't break the tether because he was stunned up. He jumped in the exact same time. The relocate would have brought him back. Like any other situation like that, he would have been able to break the tether, and Sven wouldn't have like continued to run those heroes down and kill all of them. There's no way to do that without perfect timing from King RD there. He threaded the needle in that play. That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was really, really well played.
Yeah, at the start of that team fight, he tried to block Sven off in the river between like the Roche pit and the side of this wall here, but he couldn't quite get it. He managed to walk through a little bit of space that he had and run some of those heroes down, but in the end, he still won that team fight.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the second team fight in a row. He's done like 3,000 damage or more. And oh boys, he very happy about his farm now. I mean, he's 4,700 gold on his way to a 4-staff level 10 on this Earthshaker. I mean, this is a pretty outstanding performance, honestly.
Precious bounty.
Yeah. Once his 4 staffs done, it'll be more difficult for Sven Sand King to run down these heroes. I mean, they have a lot of lockdown, but if you can get away from them, you know, they're all melee heroes here. Yule Scepter is done on the Void Spirit as well, so Giant, who had tried to, or even rather, he did max out the Ancient Seal first to try to punish the Void Spirit, the anti-mage. Standard stuff against them.
The jungle here, they're looking for Sexy Fat Giant. Gonna see him, but just gonna get the D ward instead. Valkyrie still not going for a Blink Dagger, has actually a BKB queued up. They saw the smoke get popped. The line being drawn bottom. They want to back out of here on DNM and Pingu. They actually don't have a ward to play around. Okay, they do now. But they're in trouble as JH runs right in, and Kieran in the backside, he finds the Sven. God Strength pop for this. He needs help, but he's all alone right now. Io reloading back into the fight. A huge scleed comes through from the Sven, takes down 3. King RD by himself, pops the Echo once again, but it's not going to be enough to save them this time. And oh boy, you went on the Sven and you paid for it this time.
Yeah. I mean, everybody had grouped up there. They wanted to blow him up to be able to bring him down inside his God Strength. Doesn't give you any extra HP at the moment, but they ended up getting very heavily punished for him. Giant ended up getting that Ancient Seal off onto the Timber Saw before he was able to drop the majority of his spells. You're stunned up, couldn't get that Lotus off either, so huge punish for going on Sven. And as long as he gets his BKB before this next team fight, they're not going to be able to pull something like that onto him again. He's 8-1 at the moment. I think that was one of their last opportunities. That's why they committed so hard.
It was indeed, and obviously there's a follow-up damage there from the Sand King, like that epicenter, like hitting all of these heroes just stuck inside that camp as well. I mean, it was just a complete disaster here for the side of FG. Oh, okay, Slardar actually went back and finished the Echo Saber instead of going for the BKB here.
Yeah, he wants to be able to stay on top of these heroes. It's his job to lock down the anti-mate. Well, whoever, as long as he can catch somebody up by himself and lock them down, he's contributing to the team fight in a big way. And then he'll end up getting Slithering Crushes and whatnot onto people. He doesn't need to go for a Blink Dagger here because he's already got Sand King and
Sven that have it.
Yeah. Sven has it, and they have Io to relocate on top of people. So Blink Dagger not necessary to be like that gap closer. Instead, if you can take somebody out of the fight and like contribute to your team afterwards, and that is the best thing you can do.
That is a completed BKB for DNM here. Now, one thing we haven't really talked about is Leo. I mean, he has been off the map farming for the last, like, 7 or 8 minutes at this point. Valkyrie top lane gets caught for the moment, and he is alone. Kit's debating on going in as well as Giant, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Kit's actually makes it to the outside. They trap the Void Spirit. Yule's going to buy him a little bit of space, and Valkyrie just juking this out, but in comes DNM. Blink forward strike does catch onto the Void Spirit, but able to get away. The BKB finally coming out from him as he chops down that Pangolier, and now Sexy Fat's gonna be next potentially. They're looking for King RD. He's hiding in the trees. No Blink Dagger, but DNM gotta be careful.
With his BKB on cooldown, he's gonna wait to jump the enemy as soon as he sees them.
They go in, epicenter, catch the Timber Saw, but they're all waiting. They don't want to be the one that initiates heavily, and looks like they're going to disengage. The buyback from the Pango might be enough, and it is, as now Kits is going to be all alone without any mana. And now no health. They'll be able to clean up another.
Yeah, DNM's got no TP here. They ping this out. King RD knows he's somewhere up in these trees. I think Timbersaw did see him there, and he's out. Wait, did he? For some reason, they're pinging up there again. I guess they just want to put a Tinker Wood there in case a fight like that breaks out again. It's pretty likely, given that you're playing against an IO. But Sven, he was so worried about King RD in that team fight that he didn't reinitiate, despite the fact that he is an absolute monster right now. They ended up wasting a little bit of time and closed the net worth gap between the anti-mage and the Sven by like 1,000 net worth there.
Yeah,
so
he held his
is slowly clawing up.
He held his BKB in that fight, I think, a little bit too long. When he jumped in onto the Void Spirit, I think he needed to commit it, and instead just got chain stunned down for the beginning of that fight, and Void Spirit makes it out. So,
yeah.
Not the best first usage of that BKB.
Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, he turned away from everybody else on the enemy team, just tried to chase down King RD because he knows what a big threat he is. But yeah, ended up wasting the majority of the duration of that BKB, like you said. It'll be a little bit easier for him once he gets his crit, his Silver Edge online. Be able to blow up these heroes. But I think they need to establish a little bit more vision, stay on top of KRD. If that's it can't be Sven jumping on top of him. I think that needs to be Sand King or Skywrath main job at this point.
Actually smoking to the mid lane here. Kids gets taken down, no problem at all. 3 heroes dead on the side of 4G. In comes Sven though, pops the BKB, the reload's there, they take down one. Can they find more though? He's got to get Leo, and instead just gonna focus down Duster. The reload, can he cancel it in time? He doesn't, he actually leaves.
Yep. Oh no, he didn't want that at all.
No, he didn't. He jumps back in. Stormhammer catches JH. He gets the kill. He didn't have Dissimulate, and now Sexy Fat, as well as the rest of the heroes here. DNM's got to be a little bit careful.
Man doesn't know how to be. Man doesn't need to be careful. Come on, he's got God strength up. King RD is down. It's his time to shine. He's gonna go back in the jungle now. Miscommunication there for sure. I thought that DNM wanted out if Pengu was going to pull him out. Usually it's like whatever the carry says goes. It's rare that you see these kind of mistakes on the team. But he ends up coming back in and getting a kill regardless, so maybe not too much of a mistake. But first time we saw Anti-Mage participate in a big team fight, he just completed the Manta style there. He's going for a BKB now. It's still going to be a struggle.
He's going Basher.
Oh, my bad. Interesting. I would like to see BKB. Interesting that he's going for Basher. I guess I'll let you fight the Sven a little bit easier. Let you stay on top of the Sand King as well. But your job in these team fights as the anti-mage is to I don't know, take let your team take as many people as possible extremely quickly against the Sven. So if you can jump the Io and the Skywrath mage on the back side of the team fight, then get in and out and force like a 5v1 against the Sven. We just kite him around and stun him up. That's going to be your job. So forcing someone to split from the rest of their team and deal with his push, or jumping the back line in the team fights. There's no fighting straight into this Sven here. So he's going to have to itemize for that. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to just out-farm the Sven in this game. That ship has like long since sailed.
Yeah, you do have the XP like being relatively even, because with Sven you have Io sapping a lot of it. Whereas the anti-mage just farms solo, but
yep.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to like really pass the Sven here. Yeah. It's like they're looking for Roshan. They go right on into the pit. The Dire, they have full knowledge that this is happening. Corrosive Haze was delayed just a little bit as he gets bashed twice in a row, and that's slowing down the Roche, potentially just enough to jump in on Leo. They're looking for Giant. They get the first kill. DNM wants to finish this off, but Bro Strike comes through. Can they finish off the Earthshaker? He's just getting clapped. DNM Stormhammer from downtown pops the BKB. He's gonna be able to finish off the Earthshaker. Now Kit stuck inside, but DNM bouncing back and forth. They need to find more out of this. But it looks like it's gonna be FG that needs to just disengage. Nice Bro Strike reflected by the Timber Saw, but I don't know if it's gonna matter as a Stormhammer comes through, and that's gonna be a third kill plus the Aegis. FG was just too slow on the damage there.
I thought that 4Gringos had struggled in that team fight, given that DNM had separated from the rest.
Leo, he reflects the Stormhammer, but now he's Burrow Striked.
He's going to be able to stand his ground and fight this one. I think he can just mana void him and then run blink out.
They're going to just focus Pingu, yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
Oh, that is a real big backfire as Giant shows up with the Atos, and now jumping forward on DNM, looking for more. Valkyrie is here. If he gets the bash, the Echo comes out, but he's still got an Aegis here on the Sven. He doesn't want to have to use it, and so far, hasn't had to.
They popped the tower flak afterwards to try to finish DNM off, but it was a little bit too late. I think he thought he'd grab him with that Echo Slam damage, but
not enough
didn't
Echoes.
End up being enough. Yeah, not enough people nearby. God, instantly turn on that anti-mate there. He's only got 1 point in the counter spell, so he's not able to spam that one out either.
15-second cooldown, my goodness. Yeah, going for the attributes there, I feel like you griefed your own game. I don't know. I don't know how you don't put extra points in the counter spell here.
Yeah, I mean, LG far about faster if you go stats and you're tankier, you're able to fight the Sven a little bit easier, but spamming counter spell when you're up against the Sand King and the Skywrath Mage.
I mean, he reflected the Stormbolt. He could have actually reflected the Burrow Strike and reflected the Atos. Like, he had enough timing between all of those spells to use it. DNM Finds like Vanity Timber Chains down to the low ground. Top lane, JH just trying to push this lane in. There's going to be a TP immediately from the Sand King, but he ends up canceling. Yeah, cancels it from the mid lane, it seems. DNM's like, don't you dare go up there. That's my wave.
Listen, I've got efficiency to take care of here.
They're actually, he needs to be careful on the Void Spirit. He's going to cut the next wave, it seems. That's smart.
These team fights are getting harder for FG to be able to take. I mean, Duster's still being an absolute beast, but we're seeing more BKBs completed now. To finish one on Slaughter. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for one on Sand King either. Staying on top of this target. Sorry, I couldn't quite get the Corrosive Haze off onto the Void Spirit there. So at this point, I think what 4Gringos want to do is just like take all the outer towers, objectives, box them into their base, wait for the next Roche, and try to fight them with that one. They've still got the Aegis right now, but I don't imagine they're going to get any use out of it the next like minute and 40 seconds. So
if they force a fight mid, they might be able to, and relocate coming through. Timbersaw just getting absolutely melted here underneath this sandstorm, and that'll be the first kill here. DNM looking for more, does have this Silver Edge active as he's hunting Duster. Might be able to get away, but he's got to get away from a Sand King. Nice jump up onto the high ground. They actually ping it. It looks like he's going to be just fine. Sven running in, looking for more. Finds JH on the backside. Just 3 auto attacks, nearly almost finding the kill. Can he get out? Looks like he will. But Leo, as well as King RD, finding the other side of this triangle, and they will bring down that Earthshaker.
They're finding a couple kills here. Anti-mage illusions, just a pain to deal with. But DNM doesn't keep it onto the AM actual there. I'm surprised he didn't get that kill onto JH, but I guess he's just not quick enough to get him when he comes back down from the Yules, push him off with an before he gets the Astral Step off.
Yeah, he needed another crit in order for him to find the kill in those 3 autos. Kits actually manages to find the Pango here, holding him down potentially long enough. Yeah, there's the Stormhammer, and that's the big crit you want. DNM now beyond godlike at 13, 1, and 6 on this Sven.
I feel like that's not unusual as far as the Sven performance goes on him in this tournament. Every game I tune into him when he's on this hero, he shreds it, man. I think you can't give this hero up to him, man. He's just too good at farming.
I think of all the games that I've seen, I think he's only lost once on the Sven, but I'd have to go back and look over these last couple days and see if that changed at all. Aegis gets reclaimed. He is just going to reload out. Oh, gets canceled. Never mind.
He's canceled, and good thing for that.
Their blast rig's just sitting on the ground there.
No.
On the other side of the fight, Leo actually finds a kill onto Giant and just blinks away. DNM trying to close the gap, though. Has the blink. Okay, that's obviously going to reflect the Stormhammer. Interesting.
And then he blinks into it in order to
disjoin.
Disjoin it. Nobody sees the blast rig yet.
Yeah, that's not a good one to lose, especially against an anti-mage.
Duster's gonna see it.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
That's rough. They got an Elven Tunic, okay. You're happy about that one.
I mean, I think you still want the blast rig, honestly. Not on on your Sand King or like your Slardar, that blast rig is really good. Or even just putting it on the Skywrath Mage. Like if Anti-Mage blinks, he just gets instantly blinded. I guess he has Manta BKB. It's not as value now. Looking for the mid lane here. Leo popping that counterspell. Burrow Strike comes out. Stormhammer comes in, stuns too, but he doesn't have the BKB. Leo pops his own, try to chase them down. Epicenter doing a decent amount of damage here in the mid lane. Valkyrie as well. DNM finds his first kill. It's gonna be on a JH, that Void Spirit, and now Sexy Fat held down in place. The Mystic Flare, and Sven will be able to finish him off as they get 2 more kills. Leo, I felt like he popped the BKB and just kind of ran around trying to find a target.
Yeah, couldn't get his hands on anybody, and halfway through that fight, he realized, halfway through his BKB duration, in fact, he realized he couldn't get his hands on anyone and just walked away from the team fight and started farming up creep camps. This game, I think you missed your window of opportunity for anti-mage. They're playing so tight here on 4Gringos, and you never really manage to get a farm advantage over the Sven. I think a lot of that just came off the fact that you're forced to jump up pretty early. Yeah, they lost King RD. He's just dead.
Yeah.
Demon finds himself another kill. Scored on 15, 1 and 7. I was going for his assault caress. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be able to walk up the high ground and end it. IO pulls him back to the mid lane.
They'll wait for the next Roche. They'll wait for next Roche before they try and actually go high ground, I think.
Yeah. Makes sense.
They've got like full map control, right? Like there's no reason for them to potentially flub on the high ground and throw this game.
Yeah. These wins are super important to them as well. Right now they're 4Gringos at 5 and 7 in the group stage, only 5 points, so can't afford to lose this.
You know, blinks aggressively here, and Kits is ready to hit him with a stun. DNM, he's gonna follow it up. Oh, he doesn't pop it in time. Turns it around, and that blast rig might have saved him as well.
The blast rig they gave up.
Yeah. They find Giant in the mid lane instead. A little bit of a consolation kill. Valkyrie, though, putting the slaps down as he's trying to get aggressive here onto the Void Spirit. And Duster, you're going to regret that one real fast as the BKB comes out. And goodbye on the Pangolier. And now it's going to be Sexy Fat to go down second. Who has the Orchid? He disassembled on the Sven. All right. He did it. Oh, what a burrow strike from Kits. The Ags. They did not expect that one. That burrow strike range is way too difficult for them to deal with. And they reload forward. He's going to just try and chase him down. The break in from the Sven. Another burrow strike ends up holding him down. Nice Echo Slam. In comes Leo. He went into the stun. Can he get out of here? He's got to get some help. He pops the Manta. He manages to blink out thanks to JH here. But Sven is not done. He just needs one more auto attack in the trees, but he's able to blink away. Kits goes forward. Burrow strike held him down. 200 HP. He's got too much to work with.
He doesn't have TP for another 8 seconds here. I feel like he's going to blink maybe one more time further down. DNM is going to know. DNM's got spider legs, but all right, he gives up the chase. Says, Leo, you can get away today, just today. I'll give it up. Not worth continuing to run around the trees.
So they actually bought back on the Void Spirit for this.
They did. And now he's working on a PK. This Void Spirit is not having a good game. I don't think it would have made a difference there regardless. I think they're kind of panicking. The only person who feels that calm and collected here is King RD, who he got hit by the Echo Saber there. He was sorry, Silver Edge. He got broke, and then you waited the perfect amount of time for the break to expire, then dropped the Echo Slam at the aftershock off. But regardless of that, they couldn't turn that fight around.
There's
this game's getting too hard.
Second Roshan. This is what we were talking about. This is the win condition. Age is picked up on the Sven. Kit's gonna grab the shard, giving him that extra epicenter wave damage as well as the extra pulse on movement. One of my favorite shards in the game, actually. I'm a big fan. They smoke up. They have vision on almost the entire Dire team with this Ward Sentry. They're looking for these heroes. Jumps in. He finds Duster on the backside. Nice Lotusaur right on the money, but a Burrow Strike comes through. He finds King RD, but it's going to be the Timbersaw that's in trouble. He jumps in on Leo, takes down Giant right away. Sven getting Chain Stun down. Hasn't wanted to use any of these abilities quite yet. Then comes the God Strike. Can he bring down the Ant? He makes a bash. The stuns are there. He gets Burrow Strike and he goes down. He has buyback. He can rejoin the fight, but it's going to be the epicenter trying to take down Sexybat. They got to get up onto the high ground to finish this guy off. Blink in one on Valkyrie. They're in pursuit. They're going to take him down. Triple kill goes the way of DNM. Stormhammer hits the Void Spirit. He's going to be in so much trouble. Valkyrie pops the BKB. Crush comes out. One more auto attack's all that needed, but he's able to Astral Step away. He's going to make it down outside of the base. DNM, Stormhammer once again chasing them. He does not seem to care, but the disarm's going to make him regret it.
He's going to go down here, it looks like. He's got his full kit here on Earthshaker.
Kits
Spider Legs bring him to
is nearby. If they can stay on top of Leo, they can find the kill. Duster on the backside. Falling a little bit low to this Sandstorm, and they're going to disengage, it seems. Valkyrie not going to be as lucky as Sexybat chases him down. And now DNM debating on going back in with this Bloodthorn.
I mean, you got Lotus Orb here on this shaker, so he thinks better of it. He realized it just instantly dispelled that, turned it around on him and hit him with the a stun. The Force Staff is on cooldown for a little bit, though.
They're looking for Leo.
King RD could turn this.
He gets the stun in the center. They get the Mystic Flare. He goes down. Now the ATOS out of the Earthshaker. He already used the Lotus to try and protect the Anti-Mage, and that's just going to be a dieback as DNM pops the BKB, trying to chase him down. Nice blink to dodge the Astral Spirit, and now Kits. Bro Strike at the backside, holding JH in place. Second Astral Step comes out, trying to disengage, but Duster. There's only so much time left on this Rolling Thunder, and you are in the pain zone, Sir Kits. Up onto the high ground, does have that Bro Strike, connects onto both, and DNM targeting, wants to find this Void Spirit. Nice Psychic Headband to try and push him away, but I don't think it's gonna last all that long. Ends up being a triple kill for the Skywrath Mage.
Yeah, that's 2 diebacks there as well. They might just call it here on FG. I'm not sure how you recover from this one. You're down 20k net worth, and I think you're just going to be able to take the throne before they get back into it. God Strength is already up, and DNM wastes absolutely no time.
Yeah, I mean, you got Swift Blink now. This dude hits so hard.
Yeah. I thought that King RD would be able to turn that one as they initiated it on the Anti-Mage, but, you know, he just could not react fast enough to him getting gone on.
There's really good reactions from Giant as well. He hit him with that ATOS extremely quick, and unfortunate for King RD, I mean, he used that Lotus Orb instantly on the Anti-Mage, but it didn't matter. He just got chain stunned down.
Yeah, they're going to run forward on this one. He's got Swift Blink on the Sven. More than happy to jump forward, test this out, the extra attack speed.
God Strength expiring. I think they're just going to go for the next barracks, yeah. He's a little bit afraid to play onto the tier 4s against King RD. He knows there's no buybacks on the Void Spirit and the Anti-Mage, but going for the safe play here. Duster comes in trying to get the disarm, not going to connect, and instead just gets stunned up. BKB comes out. DNM. Zero chill on this guy as King RD has accepted his fate at this point. The tip onto Leo. Oh boy, let's not get a repeat. Oh boy, let's calm down, fellas.
Listen, we don't want no trouble here.
Oh no. DNM just gonna clean up the Seculated Barracks. Anti-Mage seeping in. Oh, that's the shard from Io. He blinks into a stun, not realizing Earthshaker. Now in trouble, getting chased down here by the Slardar. First hit bash from Leo. Can Valkyrie get out of here is the big question. DNM, the low ground will just blink away. Valkyrie gonna be the sacrificial limb here. All right, now they know you got to be careful of that Ag's tether, or the shard tether.
Yeah, that makes it a lot harder for King RD to get in and get a good Echo Slam off, though. Needs to be a little bit more wary of his positioning as he jumps forward.
I wonder if the tether is like on top of the IO model. So like if you blink on top of IO, you just get stunned.
Yes.
It is, right?
Well, there's a certain radius to the tether, and I think it starts in the very center of his model.
That was my thought process, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 27k gold lead. Down 2 lanes of barracks here for the sign of FG as they're holding the high ground here. Duster just goes in and he eats a Hex. That reveal for the Skywrath Mage, and now he's just going to cleave down the backside. They lose the Timbersaw. That's a dieback. King RD goes third. Kits cannot be stopped. Misses the Yules, but you lost 3 heroes as JH sitting up on the high ground. Gonna protect him for the time being.
Yeah. Kits has got no idea where he went. Figures out I should have caught him over here.
Ooh, hello, Courier.
Gets the Faceless Rex.
Unlucky.
And DNM, he's looking to descend it.
A little bit of time left on the God Strength. Pops that Swift Blink. Chopping down those tier 4 towers.
God Strength expired here, but you got... you're only going to be able to defend him with 3 heroes by the time your Ancient is exposed. Maybe even not that. 5 more seconds for the Pango.
I'm surprised they're going for this kill, but why not? All right, make it 2 heroes, Nev. Io jumped on by Leo. It pops the BKB. The Mana Void comes through. Can the exit finish off? He gets bashed by Valkyrie. Leo falling incredibly low, and Duster not going to be able to survive either. That Io and that build, he's just too tanky.
There's nothing they're able to do about him. I mean, Anti-Mage, his timing just came a little bit too late. I think he never really had a chance if his farm was going to fall behind the Sven, and DNM was ahead of him this entire game. It's made even more difficult in fact you're playing against one of your lane counters, the Anti-Mage. I don't think you can let that happen when you pick up AM right now. The hero does not feel strong enough.
In general, I think it was a really smart decision to just lane swap out that Sand King and pick up, like you said, one of those lane counters, in this case, the form of that Slardar. And just a really, really well thought out draft here from the side of 4Gringos. And honestly, that's kind of what you expect from like Pingu's drafting. I think he is one of the better drafters in the NA region. 69,000 damage dealt by the Sven this game. Very nice.
I can't believe you just shit talk PPD like that.
I mean, he doesn't play competitive anymore. I don't know. PPD was, in my opinion, one of the best drafters, right? Absolutely. He won a TI
I'm just
as a result of
gaslighting
it.
you. Sorry.
All right, Neph. Thanks for gaslighting me. But yeah, incredible first game of the evening. I'm excited, man. We got a lot of Dota lined up after this. Again, it is, if I'm not mistaken, a doubleheader for FG here. So a rough start to the day for them. They've still got 3 games to play. Game 2 of the series coming up next. Neph, before we go there, any final thoughts?
I think KingRD played an absolutely sick game. It's a little bit unfortunate that he lost this one. Maybe they'll change their mind about letting DNM play this Sven and pick a carry that plays a little bit quicker. KingRD was an absolute beast, though. As well as everyone on 4Gringos played. The KingRD was my MVP for this match.
All right, I believe you. KingRD owned, but not enough. Didn't get the win this time. We'll see if he can pull it in for game number 2. But we'll be back after just a short break, everyone. We'll see you here for more on the BTS Pro Series season number 8.